Hello, stream.
Hello, Stream.
Uh,
Now that's his pride.
so anyway, we were gonna play Wizard Night. Obviously, world things happened, and I lost the motivation to play Wizard. Uh, because while I don't know Charlie Kirk on a personal level, um, when I worked in politics and did stuff in politics, I met Charlie Kirk. It was 2013, so 12 years ago. Um, 12 years ago, he was a 19-year-old. I was in grad
Mm.
school. He was attending CPAC. I think it was the first year he had been doing all this political stuff. Um, and I had been getting a hard sell the entire year in 2013 um, by a friend of mine who was a consultant in politics. He's now back in Brazil. I haven't talked to him in several years. But then he was trying to get me to run for office when I turned 25. Um, and in 2015, he was still in contact as a consultant. And when Eric Cantor lost his seat in Virginia, he wanted me to, change my residency to Virginia so I could run in the special election. Um, but my friend wanted me to meet Charlie. I didn't hit it off with Charlie. I won't even say we're friends because we're not. I don't know him on a personal level. But I had like a 20-minute conversation. Um, It told me everything I need to know about his politics, which was that I would not agree with him pretty much ever. I'm fairly religious, so is Charlie. But Charlie is Catholic slash Baptist in his religiosity. I don't know what his actual denomination is, but you know what I mean. He's very preachy, very in your face about it. His politics was a extrapolation of Christian apologetics onto Republican politics. Um, I don't mind debating young people, especially freshly, adult young people about what their views are. But
Mm.
I also think that there's some kind of exploitative fight. Now, he was a 19-year-old, so like he was fighting his own. But there were a lot of older people who liked him and funded his cause that I found unscrupulous and they didn't really like character wise, who saw what he was doing as a way to try to seed a future minds in a particular way.
Mm.
And from 2013 until 2020, he wasn't really on the whole successful. There's been a lot of stuff I saw politically today saying he might have won the current president election this year. I don't think that's actually the case. He got young people out. He got Gen Z to vote in a way because he's good at engaging young minds directly in a way that not a lot of adults do with young adults. They don't confront them. They don't engage them. They don't hear their questions out. They don't handle the weird questions, the good questions, the bad questions. So,
Mm.
like, he's in the space because no one else is, which
Right.
means he can be dangerous really quickly if he says wrong or stupid things. But he has no opposition in that regard. There's not a political opponent to match him from a left wing side.
Right.
There's a lot of streamers. Um,
Oh God.
Destiny Vouch,
Mm.
Hassan,
Mm.
but none of them do. Well, Destiny did before Destiny got caught up in
Mm.
all his scandals, but none of
Yeah.
them do the constant campus engagements that Charlie did. And he was at one today and got killed during it because he had a view which was if you disagree with him vehemently, you had the right at any event he went to come up to the microphone and confront him directly. He put up YouTube shorts all the time, TikToks all the time, of him engaging someone with a question. He didn't care what you
Mm.
disagree with him on. He wanted you to come up and engage him because he thought that was best for American democracy. In that regard, I don't disagree with him. I think there's a lot of bad he did, politically speaking. I don't agree with any of his views.
Right.
Um, but he was a young father. His kids are not even six. His wife isn't in politics at all, really. He lives a pretty private life when he's not himself on the road, which is rare in politics. People don't keep their political careers and keep private lives usually. And part of that is because he, like, I mean, I think people assumed he had political aspirations, when he turned 35. But he was already 31. He could have run for Senate last year if he wanted to. He could have run for Congress if he wanted to. I don't think he had political aspirations to run for office, um,
Mhm.
which is why him getting killed
Which,
is
yeah.
bugging the fuck out of me. Because he's not a politician. He's not someone with power. You could
Right.
accuse him of having the threat to power. He had Trump's ear. But 10
Mhm.
million billionaires have
Right.
Trump's ear. The military industrial complex has Trump's ear.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's
Epstein
definitely not an exclusive thing.
Epstein associates who don't want to go to jail have Epstein's ear. I mean, have Trump's ear.
I mean, Trump.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Freudian slip there. So, like, again,
Hmm.
I don't understand why he got shot today. I think I've seen a lot of people saying he had it coming, blah 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 blah, and that weirds me out. It always will, because if you weren't calling for the death of other people, I don't understand why people call for the death of you. Now, he said stupid things. He conflated deaths from gun violence as necessary for the Second Amendment. But that's the Christian apologetics at work. He doesn't know how to
Hmm.
say things in a good way, so he just says it the direct way. Like
Right.
a parent who thinks they're doing tough love and constantly, verbally abusing their child in progress. It's not
Right.
good, but
No.
does it warrant death? I don't
No.
think so. Um, so it left me feeling weird. And I already knew that, like, when I looked at Twitter, I was probably going to be immediately triggered the fuck out of my brain. Um,
Yeah.
and I made the mistake of looking at Twitter on the way home, and it triggered the fuck out of my brain.
Yeah. I mean, in your defense, you do default to Twitter a lot, but unfortunately, on days like this, Twitter is an absolute bloodbath. Because, clearly, speaking rudely about people, whether dead or alive, is totally okay as long as, you go by a silly username online. Smile.
Yeah.
It's
Um.
that is my forever hot take is that while I, as a person, may not outwardly discuss doxing myself, giving you my actual name, my actual address, I don't. I understand why people use aliases, but a lot of people, the majority of people abuse said aliases instead of just using them to actually protect their identity. Like, for example, me and Zealot, we both use names that are not our given names online. Because, in the case that we get some weird person that interacts with us, which has happened before,
Yep.
and they're like, oh, I want to, send you a letter. And I'll just be like, no, thank you. I'm good. Because there are people on the internet, off of the internet, that have boundary problems. And it always comes back to that. There are people who don't know when to shut the fuck up. And it shows, especially on days like today. Like you're saying, all of these people are like celebrating this man's death when literally the post that I think Mama Zealot shared on Facebook where somebody was saying something along the lines of he got killed doing what we tell our kids to do growing up. He was just speaking his truth.
And he
And
had guards, but he wasn't guarded. His event didn't have extensive security because they were on a
well, yeah,
college.
because
You know,
I was gonna
he's
say it's a campus visit. They
Yeah.
don't give extensive security on those.
Yeah, no, they were interviewing the law enforcement of the campus. It has 6 officers routinely on duty. They had plainclothes there today for the event from the city, but that's like they were talking like under 20 officers. That's not a
Yeah, no, you don't get a huge detail with campus visits. Like this is coming from somebody who knows it an aspect of because I did marching band in college. There were a lot of times where unless we were going to a larger event like a bowl event or something, that was actually scheduled to be televised or something along those lines, going to like a football game that was aired on like local TV kind of thing, there's police around, but generally you're relying on security.
Yeah.
And I am not saying this to apply it to every security officer, but a lot of security officers just fuck off. They really do. They're like the kings of taking a nap and waking up just in time so that you don't see them sleeping. And unfortunately, I feel like that's part of the issue here too. And it's always the thing that comes up when it comes to like shootings, whether it be at an elementary school or at a college campus, is how much should be given energy wise, money wise, to doing things like security for things like these. And I feel like it goes back to what you were saying about the political climate being entirely different now, where these people clearly have a level of confidence in acting out and doing things like this, whether it was in a premeditated fashion or not. And it's really scary to see how many people online are willing to back people like that. But I said the same thing whenever the CEO killer or whatever his name was, whenever that
Oh,
happened. That like that's just terrifying to me that there are enough cracks to slip through. And if you say honestly, if you say anything at this day and age and you put your face and your name on it and you tell people where you are at risk. And it's insane because these same people that will say something online about like, oh, he deserved this, blah blah blah. What if you were giving a speech? Like, have you never heard of putting yourself in somebody else's shoes? Like, nobody's perfect. We're all humans. You're allowed to disagree with people. You don't kill a man or support somebody killing a man because he said something you didn't agree with, you know?
it'd be one thing if he called for the death of people. I could understand the borderline there.
Yeah.
Don't condone it, but I understand it. But
Yeah.
I don't know of a situation that's known where Charlie Kirk said anything about people should die. He got close with
Right.
like talking about violence in general, gun violence,
Right.
but that's just
Yeah.
him being an idiot. That's not the same thing as him wanting
Well,
people
yeah,
dead.
and like you said, it's stuff that is not uncommonly heard either. Like
Yeah, I mean, it
these are
doesn't justify
things.
him saying the stupid thing, but it doesn't
No, no, it
justify him
doesn't
getting.
justify it,
This
but
doesn't just
but
justify him getting
but what
caught
it
either.
does is it helps generalize the fact that he made the mistake of saying it in front of people and televising it. And because he did that, someone took advantage of that situation in order to kill him. And there are people saying that it's justified because of what he said, even though that opinion is clearly widely shared, or else he wouldn't have a following in the first fucking
He
place.
wouldn't be Trump's best friend if he didn't have a following in some capacity.
Yeah. And it's just like, what are you solving
And he's
by
not a college
doing that?
educated guy. He's not a billionaire. I think people I'm trying to like the reason why it bugs me so much is he started his organization at 18 in his parents' basement and he was basically cold calling people for money because he had an idea because he got burned out in college for his freshman year. So like we're not talking about someone who had a lot of money. His parents didn't have a lot of money prior to him doing this. They didn't financially help him at all because they
Mm-hmm.
couldn't. They were just middle class Americans.
Right. Yeah, I
So
mean, understandably so.
it's just he's not the usual he's not the normal bad guy where I think people could genuinely feel like they could get away with that kind of hatred.
Yeah, no,
Like
it's
the CEO of
unironically, it's something that I've been increasingly uncomfortable with in the last couple of years is people, especially people on the left, referring to any man, especially if they're a white man, in a derogatory way, regardless of who they are, what they know about them, if they've ever spoken to them, if they're generalizing based on their race or their gender. There is a very large bias automatically assumed by a lot of people that are on the left side of politics. And I feel like a lot of these people are the ones that are on Twitter and stuff and see, oh, well, it's just another political white man. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean it's the
We have,
same
we
as
have,
like when right wing people say, "Oh, it's another blue-haired idiot," or another young
yeah,
woman screaming in
yeah,
the
blue, yeah,
streets.
I have blue, yeah, it's another blue hair pronoun person.
Yeah,
Like,
it's the same energy, just
and it's really annoying because those are the two like radical types of people that are unironically the problem in the system because they are so busy being prejudiced towards other people that they refuse to acknowledge the other side in any capacity. And it's really frustrating for people like me or like you when we lean more towards the center on stuff because it is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable socially. It's uncomfortable when you talk about politics. I mean, like, I don't want to have to think about, do my politics align with this person for me to be friends with them? But then you have incidences like this, and, you know, it really makes me question my faith in humanity, unironically. And,
the
like,
good the
I've,
good part is President Obama and President Biden both put out letters defending Charlie Kirk's right to live. You know, despite how much he might have been a partisan guy, the Democrat Party doesn't seem to have a problem. It's just people online. Like that's the worst part here.
yeah, no, it's unironically, it's the unspoken thing that we started by, like, it is the can of worms we opened by creating the internet. And I mean, especially Americans, it's not exclusive to Americans, but Americans are allowed to, by right, exist freely on the internet. You can say most things on the internet. Like, there's nothing that they explicitly ban you from saying. It's not like you type the word fuck into your keyboard and it just doesn't send. You are not censored in that sense. And so I think a lot of people just lack that self control, honestly, to just think about what they're about to say before they put it online. And I know that there's a lot of people my age that will take that for granted because it's like, oh, well, you just sound like a boomer. And it's like, okay, the reason that I sound like a boomer is because boomers grew up in an age where you had to be careful what you said and you had to remember who you could say what to. That's how we had things like the Underground Railroad is a good example of, like, clearly something that was a secret that was talked about between people, but they created stuff like codes and phrases that they had to use to avoid it. But I feel like a lot of people have lost that nuance because of the internet, because it is so easy to just type whatever comes to your head.
Yeah,
And it's just really, I feel like that's why it's scary. It's not just scary because they're saying what they're thinking, but it's because so many people are very quick to be like sheep and get herded into believing, oh, well, this guy deserved it. And it's really disheartening because, like you said, he's just a guy. Like, I may not like for example, like, I may not like Trump. Okay, I think Trump's annoying. I didn't enjoy when Trump was president in 2016 either, but I didn't have a say so in that because I was still underage. So, like, I get it. I don't like him, but a lot of the things that people argue about with Trump is generally just them not liking him as a person. But the thing is that he's not charismatic because he's nice to people. He's charismatic because he knows how to tell people to fuck off. And a lot of people just don't like that about him. And a lot of people assume because of stuff like with like a lot of the stuff with Vance and whatever that, I forgot what it was. I don't even know if it's an actual bill. I think it is a bill that Vance was trying to pass that had stuff about, like, trans and queer rights in it.
oh,
I'm not saying that
That's in Texas, I think.
that's in Texas. Okay. I knew it had something to do with Vance. That's all I remembered. But a lot of people interpreted that because he was the vice president, that that was going to get implemented somehow. And it's just like, a very deep lack of understanding of like what being vice president means versus being president kind of thing.
I mean, and I'm not saying any of this stuff tonight because I think he's a good guy. I mean, you're allowed to think that Charlie Kirk was a transphobe. I mean, that's perfectly a fine, reasonable opinion to have because he made it very clear, unfortunately, before he got shot, that he thought trans people couldn't be trusted with guns. But I don't think you want whoever killed him tonight to turn that into a witch hunt on trans people because I feel like we are in a very dangerous political moment. And if you think the regime is really bad, you think the federal government is the enemy, you do not want the useful idiots getting shot because you justify them doing the things you think they're going to do. This is how evil operates in general. I don't think the regime is legitimately evil, but if you do, you don't want the people you think are bad people to get killed this way. You want them to live long enough to be proven to be idiots and dumb and fail. Tonight you've made him a martyr, unfortunately. And like I said from the start, I don't agree with Charlie Kirk at all. I haven't agreed with him the entire time I knew of his existence. When I met him 12 years ago, I thought he was a Dem kid who didn't understand the Constitution, trying to tell me what the Constitution said.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have the little pocket Constitution he gave out to people. It was very cringy. Because it had, like, you know how in some Bibles they have, like, the editor notes and stuff?
Yeah.
It had an editor's notes of the Constitution.
Ah, yes.
And it was just like, I didn't need to know your ramblings, buddy. But, like,
get propagandized.
Before Trump got elected, most people who saw Charlie Kirk were like, oh my god, he's a living meme. He used to be skinny. He became a dad, gained a bunch of weight. He has kind of a chubby face now. Back when he first started, he was a very lean guy. So, like, people just thought he, like, dadded up, and they kind of made fun of him for it. There were, like, balloon jokes and stuff made about him. He was a memeable person. He didn't come off threatening. And even if you think he is threatening now because of how close he is to the president, holy fuck, I still don't know how you think he's more threatening than the billionaires. Like, all of the Palantir shit. All of the Zuck guys, like Zuckerberg and Musk, who pal around with Trump. That all screams more dangerous to me than some, like, Bible-thumping, non-college educated dude in the middle of the country. For God's sakes, he was in Utah. He wasn't in, like, California, New York. He wasn't in a state you associate with being, like, a dangerous political moment. He wasn't in Minnesota saying dangerous things.
Yeah, no, he's in fucking Utah.
So the person who went and killed him went out of their way to kill him is the worst part. And that's why, like, I feel like it's a very dangerous moment. And I don't want people I generally like, putting online, because it's not safe if you put it online, as much as you might think it is, it's not, that you were okay with this moment. Because every time you do, you justify the other side, the side you claim is evil, doing it back. And I don't understand that. I was having a conversation with a friend back home a few moments ago, and that was their justification for, like, being okay with it, the death today. Was like, well, it happened to those state representatives. Sorry, I'm eating a blizzard because I'm coping.
You're fine. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The state senators who got killed in Minnesota.
Senator, yeah.
Killed by a dude who was, oh god, he's like in a weird political, like, conspiracy bubble thing. Because he was a contractor, but he was dressed up as an ICE agent, but he had credentials in the Democrat Party, but he might have been It's weird. But he was dressed up as an ICE agent, knocking on people's doors, going, "Hey, you have a threat to your household. Did you know that?" And once they once they opened the door, he just shot them. Like, that's fucked up. He killed a state representative woman and her husband, and then he tried to kill another one and that man's wife. Like, he tried to kill 4 people. He successfully killed 2 people. But I don't want just because that guy did it, that it's tit for tat. It's just delirium. Like the cycle will keep going if we rationalize that. Well, it's okay because the other side did it first. Like the first time I remember someone being like politically targeted and it being in such a wide, disgusting way was is during the Obama years. I think it was 2007, and maybe not a lot of people know about this event, but I got panicked calls. Oh no, it had to be more recent because I was no, it was when I was in grad school because we got panic calls because I was home. I think for my birthday, but basically the congressional Republican baseball team met in the Diamond near where I lived at in Alexandria, Virginia,
Oh
for a time,
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
and I was home visiting my parents when the shooting happened and Steve Scalise was almost murdered. And the gunman tried to shoot other members of the Republican congressional baseball team. Like, he just cold cock shooting multiple congressional representatives. No matter how, and senators, no matter how much you hate people, like that was a mass spree, and that guy got killed because he was shot by Capitol Hill police who were escorting the congressman. But like that was the first time I remember like an attempt at mass violence on political figures since I've been voting. Obama got threats, but he never had anyone actually take an assassination attempt. I mean, I
Oh
think
yeah, did I ever tell you that my dad actually went to high school with a guy that set one of those threats?
very cool. Probably what an anthrax threat because those were still going on for a time.
Uh, powder poison
Yeah, that's anthrax.
letter?
Yep, yep.
Yeah, that. Yeah,
Anthrax or resin, both are very bad.
yeah. I don't
Anyway,
remember specifically, but yeah, fun
yeah,
tidbit. Anyway, continue.
yeah. Anyway, I mean, Obama got those threats,
we
but
love
no one
we
ever
love
took
crackheads.
no one ever took a shot on Obama. Same with Bush. People hated Bush. Like people get so focused on hating Trump these days. I grew up in a time where Bush was the Antichrist because he caused a forever war in Afghanistan and Iraq, and we don't talk about him at all now.
Smile.
We're so fixated on the political moment that like Afghanistan, which only happened because of Bush, and when it went wrong during Biden's tenure, and it was set up to go wrong during Trump's tenure, like Bush gets all scot off free. But when Bush was president, man, people wanted to beat him up and take him down. He got multiple threats. I know he got threatened, but I never
Thank
saw
you,
anyone.
Conrad.
I never saw him get no one act on it, which thank goodness, you know. Same with Obama. I'm very glad that no one acted on it.
Ooh.
But
Okay.
like when Trump won the first time, I kind of expected something to happen, and I don't recall anything. I mean, I remember a guy
No.
rushing the stage on Trump.
Yes, I remember that.
Um,
But other than that, not really. Not that I know of.
and
Not like
I'm still stuck
headliner.
here mentally wondering
Like what happened?
what happened. Yeah, what happened post COVID that made people
Yeah,
think
what happened to y'all during COVID? What like
how did Trump become so much worse? He has to die now, and the
I
people
don't
around
know.
him. I get people live in fear, and fear is a very human instinct. It's very easy to grab onto. I maybe I'm the weird one. Maybe I don't understand it. It's okay that I don't understand it, but I'd like someone to vocalize that I don't understand it.
Hmm.
Vocalize where their fear's coming from, what they see.
Yeah.
We have a friend here, and where we're at now these days, who vocalizes that fear. To be fair, they're vocalizing fears based on Texas laws, and
That
we're in.
shoe getting thrown at Bush.
Oh yeah, that was in Iraq. It was a good time. Um, don't forget when the guy missed with his first shoe, who threw his second shoe.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that. Okay, okay, okay. I know what you're talking about now.
I think it was during the press conference in which Bush announced that we had finished the Iraqi occupation, set the people free. Um, Had a thought. Shit.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Our friend out here who lives in fear of the Texas laws now being applied federally. I think the
Oh
issue is
yeah.
is like Texas is
Texas is Texas, man.
it's a state. It's a state of
In
many
in
states.
theory, in theory and in law, Texas is indeed a part of the 50 states.
But it lives in a delirium land, kind of like California, where they operate in so many ways outside of what every other state does that most states just look at them and go, okay, I'm not going to necessarily honor that law, bucko. If they cross the state line, I don't care. And they were worried that that law would apply to where we're at. And they didn't express it to me, they expressed it to the duck. And I feel like,
That's also because something that I mentioned earlier when I was talking to some friends is a lot of people tend to make a very hard assumption about you whenever they learn that you work for the government.
oh yeah, that I'm a filthy right winger. It's okay, I get
Yeah.
used to it.
Yeah, because you're obviously a Republican. Smile. Smile. I'm still salty about that, by the way.
It's not at all the fact that I like have voted a Democrat primary ticket the last
Yeah,
few years. It's just because
yeah.
I say the wrong thing. I don't toe a party line. When Kamala was fucking it up earlier last year, I literally was screaming it from the rooftops. I spent the Monday before election night going, "What the fuck is Kamala doing? She's gonna lose this race."
She's busy losing the race.
Clearly, yeah, but totally. I'm a filthy like right winger. I
Yeah, obviously.
I must be like choking hard on Charlie Kirk's dick.
Fucking bootlicker. Can't believe this shit.
I'm a member of the government because I fundamentally believe in the need to keep soldiers alive. I want to help protect soldiers because where soldiers are going these days is not their choice, and I don't necessarily agree that they have to go there in the first place, but they're going there, and I would like to make sure that as very few Americans die as possible. That is why I've been in the government for.
Insane idea.
It's the reason why I've been in the government for 8 years and will continue to be in the government for the near future. You know, it's
I'll
not
let you know when
political.
the male pattern baldness sets in.
Yeah,
Then we'll get you out of there.
it's not politics. It's not because I love the government. I'm a minority. I don't trust the government at all. It's
Real. Speaking of entirely off topic, did you know that there is apparently something that they've passed in the last year where you have to have like a star or something on your license in order to go into airports?
that's called Real ID. It's been a thing for about almost a decade, but states have been really hard at trying to actually implement it to not implement it for about a
Okay.
decade.
Okay. So they've been resisting it the whole time. Got it.
Yeah,
I was talking to Minnow about this earlier,
but yeah, it's
and
called
I
Real
was
ID
like,
though.
because like I don't have my wallet on me, but I was like, I'll have to check my ID because I don't think I have that. But I mean, I did get it in the last couple of years, so maybe. But I didn't. I had heard of Real ID. I didn't realize that was what it was. I knew it was like a verification process. I
The
didn't
whole
realize
point
it
of it
was
is
like
to make sure that you don't have to have a passport to travel inside the United States. The whole point
right.
is that all you need to go to do any kind of travel internally to the United States is your driver's license. That's the whole point, or state ID if you're too young or can't drive.
Right.
But that's it. Like there's nothing else to it. But if you're right wing, that's the mark of the devil, the Antichrist. They're trying to give us all the mark so we can't escape the government's control. And if you're left
Yes.
wing, Trump's trying to monitor our locations. God, he's gonna kill us all in the air.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Smile.
And both red and blue states have opposed real ID because they think it's a government overreach. So it's a thing. It's just not really greatly enforced.
Okay. That's why I was wondering, because like I started hearing more about real ID stuff, but I mean, also, once again, I
Enforcement
am
started to
reminded.
occur though because the federal
I
government got the airplane companies to agree to it. Which, no matter how
Oh, okay,
much,
that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Like as to why it's been more of a subject. Hi,
yeah,
Vix. Danko.
yeah, we're 2 hours away from B Day. Yippee!
Shoon.
I'm making a lot of food noises. I apologize if you hear it all.
I can't hear all of it, but chat probably can. Hi, Float.
Hi, float. Fed is not having the bestest day.
Yeah,
For hence the stream being having the political flag on.
yeah. Duck is. I'm okay. Um, I'm not. Unfortunately, with how things have been politically for a while, I am not surprised at the reaction online with this. Um, it did sour my day, especially because my birthday is already kind of somber. Smile.
Let's go!
Um,
3 birthday candles on the first birthday.
yeah. So, but I'm all right. I'm all right. Just I don't know. It feels weird because like I'm turning 25 and I feel like and also like I feel very old just like pinching my nose and sighing at people because like it's not even necessarily specifically young people.
Oh no, no,
I've met plenty of people in their 30s and 40s who stay just as stupid as shit. So
yeah, you don't age out of that kind of moment. If you,
unfortunately,
I feel like in my experiences, if you can justify death at 20, at 30, at 40, at 50, you're gonna keep going until you're 60, 70, 80, or 90.
oh yeah,
Um, and about the only time people who justify death change is when they go through death in their family they didn't want, and then they get like
yeah.
me, where like I used to be like, oh yeah, terrorism bad, we gotta get all the terrorists, and then by the time I actually started working in the government, I was like, I
Oh,
really don't want to kill people or be a part of that. But if you put in front of me someone is really bad enough, my rationalization is, well, there will no longer be any more children hurt. And that's a pretty good
right.
rationalization, but it's not me going like, people are dead. It's more like well, that sucks. It's a necessary evil. Well, there's just some people who cannot be allowed to be around because they will hurt more people,
Yeah.
like Epstein. Anyway,
Smile.
so, but that doesn't mean I want people to die. I find it unconscionable to want death. My dad died suddenly. My dad was very politically active. In his immediate death, someone who he constantly had political fights with stumbled through an apology of sorts with me, where they were
Oh, was
like,
that the person that approached you at his funeral?
"No, this person was I never met in real life."
Oh, okay, okay.
And they died 2 years later, but we'll get to there.
Okay.
Um, they were a very bitter professional lawyer who had been divorced twice, and they were on their third marriage, and they weren't on their sleeve, and they were very opposed to my dad's politics through and through. When they were working on Traveler, they were two halves of the same coin. My dad, an archaeologist, that man, basically a scholar, and they would do great things for the role playing game. If any other conversation came up, though, they were diametrically opposed. My dad was incredibly religious. He was incredibly atheistic. My dad is incredibly
Uh,
conservative. That man was incredibly liberal. Like further opposites could not exist.
okay.
And they had many nasty fights. And they had a nasty fight the day before my dad died.
Oh,
And
fuck.
and there was a casual,
Okay.
if you don't talk to me ever again, you drop off the face of the planet. That might be a good thing.
Your
And
dad
they
said that,
no,
or
they said it to my dad.
ah,
And then the next day, after finding out my dad had died, basically wrote me a long, lengthy message about how they didn't know how to handle the fact that they had become right with that and it was prophecy, and it bothered them to their core because they couldn't take back that moment. They didn't want to be stuck with the thought that my dad's last thought of him was, well, I hope they die too.
Hmm.
That's incredibly powerful. And I was not in a great mental state through that time. And I had seen that message
Right.
and I was ready to blow up at this person. And I read his message and I went, oh, so you're broken like me. Because, like, I I wanted to lash at everyone when my dad died. I wanted to take it out of the world.
Right.
And anyone who gave me an opportunity, I always wanted to take a swing at. And politics was convenient. I was very political before my dad died, and in the aftermath of him dying, my politics brain fried a lot. I still did
Yeah.
stuff on TV at a local radio station, but I really didn't have the love anymore because my dad was my detoxifier. He made talking politics easy and fun. And I might be getting back there again, which is fantastic, but that's 10 years in the making. That's not what I'm trying to get to is when you get to that point and you speak those words and then it happens and you realize you didn't actually mean that. You didn't actually want that. You didn't want to affect death in that way. It is misery because you'll never get that back. You'll be lived with that. And
Right.
I had to help a man who was 20 years older than my dad, who had cancer, who was going through his own death throes, try and rationalize that he wasn't someone who was such an awful person that he deserved death because he wished it on my dad. And that's an awful place. And like, you can hate Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk said a whole lot of bad things. He said a lot of stupid shit. I found him ignorant in public when I dealt with him. But I would never have wished death on him because I there is collateral in his death. He has two young children and a wife who none of them are political figures. The two young children are under 5. They are now fatherless, and the provider of the income in their household is gone. They may have money
Right.
from his career, but politics is, despite people's beliefs about politics making a lot of money, you need to be an elected official to become a billionaire in politics, i.e., the Nancy Pelosi or Donald Trump method. If you are just a regular political machinist and you
Nobody gives a fuck.
yeah, you don't get paid a lot of money. You get paid a lot of money, but it's not like billions. It's not even millions. It's like several hundred thousand, and here's a nice healthcare plan. Don't die in the next 20 years. Um, yeah, I don't. That family doesn't have a provider. It doesn't have an income now. They could quickly, easily become destitute if Charlie Kirk, as he seemed to have done with his career, did not save money. Because as far as I know, like they had a budget for his organization, but he traveled way too much for them to have any kind of coffers that were substantial enough to like besides employing people. Like he was traveling almost 300 days a year, which is pretty good when it comes to political machinist. It means you're doing stuff all the time, but most of his events he did weren't funded. Like they would just show up at campuses. You don't get paid to show up at campuses.
Nope.
Um, yeah. So that's unpaid time that you're spending money to travel. So he was ideological, and that's why he did it. But he's not profitable. And of all the negative things I would say about Charlie Kirk, I would never call him a grifter because no matter how much you might hate his politics and think he's an awful human being, every encounter I had with him or had knew people who had with him, like secondary effects, tertiary effects,
Nope.
it was there was never an homage painted to him as anything other than down to earth, honest, and maybe a little bit simple. That's not really grifter territory. That's not even like political machinist at that point. That's just a guy who got lucky, got a good idea, got a lot of people who were machinists who wanted it to exist, and he may have gotten good money, but I don't think he's got the kind of money that, keeps his kids fed on their own for the next 13 years and puts them in college kind of money, you know.
Mm.
If he was an old man like Trump and there's no consequence because there's a bunch of collateral investments and billions of dollars to deal with, you could make some argument. But the guy was 31. It's really weird thinking that someone who was in my same lane of politics around the same time I was, and I met and I engaged with and didn't necessarily like, but I didn't hate, is dead. He was like a pudgy guy, got chubby in his later years because he was a dad, but he's generally more fit than I am. And his demeanor in politics may suck, but in apparently one-on-one interactions with anyone he met, he was fairly civil, which sucks because you don't get a lot of civil people these days. There's a lot of people with antisocial tendencies in politics. So the fact that he enjoyed at an insane level talking to people who did not like him or agree with him was not a bad thing. And it's really hard to want to be like, aha, yeah, he had it coming. He, he's not Trump. He's not the guy in charge. He's not Vance, the guy behind the guy in charge. He's not Musk. He's not a billionaire who's too stupid to realize he could be a trillionaire. He's not Zuckerberg, who's a billionaire who is too annoying and weird to be a trillionaire. He's not Ramaswamy, who is too hypocritical to be a trillionaire. He's just a dude. He's
Yeah.
not Peter Thiel, who is weirdly quoting the evil bad guys out of Lord of the Rings with all of his things he touches. Billionaire. I don't even know if he was technically a millionaire because his company had $81 million invested in it and doing stuff with TPUSA, but it's a national entity, and $81 million nationally doesn't get you a lot of warm bodies in the room. Like, from what I understand, is they may have had 500 people employed. Most of their money was going to political activation and charity work, quote unquote charity work. But you know what I mean. A lot of volunteer hours. So, just a dude who I ideologically opposed and found annoying, but isn't writing laws and passing punishments on people. Is he saying insane shit? Yeah. Did he deserve to get shot? No. Is it reasonable that he got shot? No. Why did he get shot? Fuck if I know. Like I was talking to my mom. Like I'm kind of worried by the escalation people are having politically about this event, where they're going, "Oh my god, the shooter had to be ideological." I'm like, it could just be literally an insane person who sees the moment. And I don't want us to get detracted by the fact that it's politics. It screams politics. To lose sight of the fact that we live in a society that loves giving attention to shooters of any variety. Like, fuck, Luigi Mangione, the guy who shot the healthcare CEO, like, got attention because he shot a CEO for his grandma having bad healthcare. There's not a lot of ideological there. It's all just spite, right? Like, there's no principle. It's just most people hate insurance, and we rationalize the insurance agent companies, etc. have it coming. But I don't even see that here. Like, it's I was trying to think about, like, the last time I heard Charlie Kirk say something so out of his ass that it deserves some kind of scrutiny, and the one that I keep saying is him talking about gun control and being like, haha, he got what he deserved. He's the necessary to death protect the Second Amendment. And it's like, okay, you are using his words against him. He has that coming. In that regard, he said something stupid, you can hold him accountable. I don't think that warrants wishing death on him. That would be like your stupid uncle who can't keep his mouth shut about his politics. And then, like...
Sorry, for a second I got really triggered. I thought you were actually talking about one of my uncles. Continue.
Lamau! Lamau!
I thought you were! I thought you... Look. They were being civil. They were being civil when you were there. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, no, I liked your uncles. They didn't treat me poorly. Like, your actual family did not treat me poorly, despite our worst fears about me being a Yank in the Deep South. I was not treated poorly.
You were, in fact, a Yank in the Deep.
Anyway, no, I was giving a metaphor of a metaphorical uncle who can't keep his mouth shut at dinner about politics. It would be like, say he was a Trumper, and now that the tax breaks have gone through, he finds out he pays more in taxes. Schadenfreude says you have every right to go at him, but like he's family. He's a human being. You don't really want to laugh at his misery, do you? You have every mental right to hold him accountable for his stupidity. But like if it puts him under, if he loses his house, if his kids can't eat kind of shit, are you really gonna make fun of him? Holy fuck no. Like, let it go. Be a decent fucking human being about it. Like, this moment sucks. That's why I put it, world sucks. I just feel like venting. I feel like everyone's just wanting to latch on to the political here. And it is inherently a political act. It is an assassination. You can't escape that. But we can escape our politics. We could just be like, wow, this guy's a fucking human being. He's got 2 little girls who will not have a dad in this world. And it is a really shitty place and time right now to be a kid in America. Like, I want to be a dad. I envy the position he was in to have kids. I want to have kids. The Duck and I have talked about adopting at times. We're not financially there though. I don't have that kind of stability. And now that his kids don't.
Real. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Stop being glad about him being dead.
Yeah. And that's another thing is like, if something happens to their mom.
Yeah. Like, they're a young family. That's about the only thing they got going for them. Maybe they've got grandparents. But, like, fuck.
That's...
Maybe I'm there are some times where, like, I stare at politics and I'm in my political exile. That's what I've been joking about being in since my dad died. So I went into self-imposed exile. My therapist and I talked about it because, like, the political monster in me is trying to come out. Ever since last year, ever since I got done with dealing with Gaza. Part of me trying to mentally heal is the political monster in me going, hey, we're fucking tired of just sitting here. I'm too powerless. Why aren't we doing something? Because I want to be a man of action. That's how I've always been. If you know me and meet me, I am very bad at being idle. I don't do idle well. And I have been politically idle for 8 years. And I am in the self-imposed exile for 10 years. And I don't enjoy talking about it. But it's the agreement I made from a religious perspective with God when I took the job I took in the government. Knowing that I'd be dealing with Trump 24/7 for the rest of my life. Probably anybody working in government.
Cryo Trump has not been confirmed yet.
Even if he dies, even if he dies tomorrow, not wishing him dead, dies tomorrow, I will still leave with the shadow of his existence for the entirety of the time I'm in government and afterwards.
Oh yeah.
He is too annoyingly large of a political figure. Political figure.
Yeah,
that was a fat joke. Do you enjoy that?
Yeah, it's pretty great, babe.
Anyway, he's too politically large of a political figure for us to escape his influence at this point. He will, even if he dies tomorrow, he will still have an impact. It's like why people still get triggered by Obama. Obama's been eating ice cream at Martha's Vineyard for the last 8 years. He hasn't really done anything political. Yeah, and there are still right-wing nutjobs who go postal seeing his face on anything. Because that's how presidents are.
Mr. Obama.
Like, even Biden, who only has 4 years and doesn't have a lot to his name, it still gives people night terrors. You know? Like, it's just the way of the beast is when you're a president. You have a lot of influence. Which is why I come back to the last time I saw Charlie Cook get anything that made him known was him doing a debate with, like, Vaush. And Vaush...
Oh, yeah.
Him and Vaush going back and forth with well, you know, I'm actually a nice guy and you're the tool. Which is fine. Whatever. It's a shitty debate.
Uno reverse card.
And, like, the other things are, like, him talking to college kids. That's a really interesting thought, 18-year-old with an undeveloped brain. Let me tell you how much of a bozo you are now that I'm 30. Okay, whatever. There's not much to, like, shit on. He gave a mean speech. He said mean things. He doesn't have power. $81 million in politics is chump change. Biden and Trump spent $2 billion between each other. Trump at one point threatened he was going to be the $1 trillion candidate because of how much he was imaginarily spending on his campaign in 2024. But him and Biden both spent almost $1 billion, and then Kamala threw another $1 billion. 81
Yeah,
million.
casually.
81 million is less than 1% of the budgets of the presidential candidates in 2024. That's 1% influence. He took photo ops with Trump but never got an appointment. Dude, there's some asshole who is an 18-year-old dumbass in charge of like a department that deals with terrorism at DHS because he was a political junkie who loved Trump's ass. He's got more power as a 19, 20-year-old than Charlie Kirk. I don't fucking get why Charlie Kirk. I think that's why I'm so triggered. Is me imagining like if I had gone a different route instead of doing government, if I had stayed the course I was on, it's me getting killed, and I don't know what value I have. I used to joke about being the most unknown known person in DC because I knew plenty of people read my shit, but no, I didn't get anything for it. The closest I ever got to power in my current life, besides working in government and having cool things go there, was I got a transition team offer, which is why I got my inauguration 2016 tickets. And I talked with my mom and I prayed about it, and we both came to the agreement of the Trump White House is going to be a nut house. You do not want to be in the transition team. There will be stabbings and political killings all over the place, metaphorically, not real ones. But like, you'll be an intern today and fired tomorrow kind of environment. Because that's Trump. It was not politically stable. And so I looked at it and went, I know he's been reading my shit, but I don't want any part of this White House. And I tore that letter up. And then I applied for a government job. Because my attitude was, if God is calling me to be a Daniel in this fucking government under Nebuchadnezzar, God will find a place where I'm supposed to be. But it's definitely not in the... I did not want to be in the transition team. I did not want to be in that White House. And I'm so glad I didn't. There are so many fucking memes from 2016 of people being fired in the duration of times they were hired. Like, a Scaramucci is an actual joking political term length. I think he lasted like 26 hours.
Holy shit.
But a Scaramucci is an increment of time that was a political term for a while. Let me see if I can find it. I think Scaramucci time. A Scaramucci or a mooch is 11 days. My bad. 11 days. So, and there were other people who were like hired and fired in that same window of a similar length. You don't keep a job in that kind of environment when you've got a madman at the helm with an ego complex.
Yeah, it's not a sustainable environment.
Yeah, so like
especially during the transition period.
And like if Kirk has all the influence people give him, he probably had something similar. He was at the White House from time to time. He took photo ops, but he doesn't have a cabinet position. He didn't have a government job. He's just a dude. He's not in the RNC establishment. He has his own organization that's outside of it. He's just a dude. Like, politically influential? Sure. Has some respect to his name? Sure. Power? Real hard power? Makes decisions, passes laws, executes laws power? Nothing. Not at all. Fuck. They gave Musk more power and they did nothing with the stuff he did, really. I just... It shouldn't be a situation where anyone feels they can't say what they think in this country. I hate ordinary terror. This is what it feels like in ordinary terror. When you don't feel safe to say how you feel about politics, whether you're right or wrong, whether anyone thinks you're right or wrong. Internally, you can feel confused, and that'd be fine too. I'd be okay if people were just honest about dude, I don't know politics. I fucking hate everyone. That's a fine opinion. I want fucking people to be able to fucking say that.
Yeah, that's my political opinion most
of the
time.
I know. Fuck I love people. You, baby.
Fuck people, but like, I never thought that I would have to clarify that, like, not kill people. Hello?
It's insane. It's actually insane.
I definitely had a thought that I'm glad I didn't say on stream after that. But it's fine.
It's definitely
all
delirious.
I'm saying is that I may or may not believe that there are other people you could kill. rather than just a guy. That
Listen,
is all I will say on that matter.
listen. You may hate Orange Tang incarnate.
Yeah.
Please do not make a bullet strike at Orange Tang incarnate. Please do not
No.
make the craziest man with the tiniest dick and biggest ego a martyr. Today, like, some chubby guy who loved his kids and loved God way too much and vocalized it became a martyr for crazier people. Do not make Orange Tang a martyr. For the love of God, the best way to beat an idea is not to shoot it and kill it, but to let it drown out with better ideas. I don't know
Literally.
how this is hard. The
Like
pattern of history.
unironically, I don't understand why so many people are being so radical against Trump because it's his second fucking term. If you get through the term, he can't come back.
But what if the term doesn't end? What if the term doesn't end?
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. No, we have entered the Third Reich. You're correct.
Actually, based. Actually. They totally passed an Enabling Act. If you think the Enabling Act is a thing and has already occurred, congratulations. Your Enabling Act is called the Patriot Act and has been around since Bush was the president. Holy fuck.
Patriot Act's not fucking new.
It's been around for a hot minute and does all the things you think are scary that Trump could do. He already has that power if he wanted to. He's just too much of an egotistical prick to be good at being evil. He would rather be crazy and go, yes, I am the greatest. I in fact have huge ideas. In fact have huge ideas. You should totally take my huge ideas, which I haven't fleshed out yet, but they're huge, I swear.
They're huge, I swear.
Nothing but the best. The hugest
ideas.
I haven't fleshed them out whatsoever. Pen to paper. Nope.
Okay,
I'm illiterate.
Okay. I hate that you sound like me though. Stop. You sound like I have so many ideas that I don't put down on paper. Stop. I'm gonna cry.
Nothing but the best ideas. Pen to paper. Can't do it. Nope. Doesn't work that way.
Nope.
Tiny hands.
I love the okay. My political stance is that I hate Trump as a person. He's annoying. But I love that ever since Trump has become an absolute menace to people, that he has become nothing but a fucking meme. I love Trump memes. I love them. Trump memes are my favorite. Bad Trump impressions, cosplays where they give him the stupid little finger hand, you know what I'm talking about, the teeny tiny hand. That shit's fucking hilarious. Now there are some people that do Trump jokes that are just like unfunny, but that's also usually like the late night TV shows that your mom watches where I like
This is
she's
why,
like, I swear it's funny normally, and I'm like just staring at her and I'm like yeah, Mama Zealot.
The problem with
Whatever.
she and I were talking about that specific show because the host of that show was not on the air the night she played it while we were home for Christmas, and I've told her before I like
So
Greg Gutfeld.
bad.
I like Greg Gutfeld sometimes. Sometimes he has really good jokes and he has a good group to bounce off of. And then other times it's like listening to Joe Rogan's podcast and I feel my brain melt. I feel like I'm being literally reduced in my intelligence.
And I think that's basically what was happening the night we watched it because I just remember being jet lagged from flying on a plane
has the
for
best
first time.
ideas. Some people say. Sorry.
Said people say.
I saw Conrad's comment.
I hate how close you got to the microphone.
Listen, only but the best.
New Donald Trump ASMR dropping on YouTube.
I could go back and forth between Biden and Trump.
That's another thing that I absolutely love. That's another thing that I love. I hate generative AI. Okay, generative AI is generally bad, but the one form of generative AI that I am okay with is the vocal stuff where they make memes out of it. Specifically, the stupid ones where it's like Obama and Trump go on a golf date or some stupid shit like that.
My favorite ones are the Obama, Biden, and Trump are playing video games.
Yes, that's the one you showed me where they were just like
they're playing,
dunking on each other.
Yeah, they're dunking on each other, playing Switch.
God. Trump
Conrad,
ASMR.
you don't have
Dude,
to imagine. It's right here. The greatest ASMR possible. The
the
stream is
greatest.
activated. All the tingles in your ear. This is
Ew.
this is pretty
Oh.
great water. Fantastic water,
Mm,
even. Dare I may say, the greatest water.
the most hydrating.
You can literally hear my hands. Can you hear the tiny little hands getting
I hate your
justice?
little hands. I hate your little hands. This is awful. This is awful. Also, I would like to say that this is our first time like actually sitting and talking politics on stream. This is what it always devolves into, by the way. It eventually just
No,
devolves into complete
I
delusion.
I demand to be a satirist. I cannot handle just saying serious shit.
No,
Politics is
I mean
not.
I get it. It's how I am too. It's just I am explaining to chat that despite us seeming like we're going through a manic episode, this is usually part of the process of us processing something that happened.
Yeah, no, quite literally. Like this is I constantly devolve to unserious moments because my dad and my mom raised me from an early age to take politics seriously, but never so serious you can't make a wrestling joke about it.
Fair.
The silence was deafening there.
Sorry, I'm drawing. I'm drawing.
It's just like,
I'm
damn, do you
drawing. I'm
No, I was
sorry.
just like, damn, do you disagree? Jesus. I was like,
No,
because
I don't disagree. But you also have to understand I didn't grow up with wrestling. So like it's still I yeah, the connection brain wise is like not fully there.
I mean that's fair. I think
I'm doing my best. I can't help that my family sheltered me from all things good and bad in my home, okay?
yeah, I'm not trying to shame you, baby. It was just more of like when it comes to politics, I feel the constant need to remind people that it is just like wrestling with extra steps. The only thing missing is you body slamming your opponent to win the presidency.
Dude, if politicians actually like I would even take it, you know what? Even if they weren't actually in the ring, if they were on the side and quote unquote a tag team where like they told the other person what to do to fight for them, I would be okay with that. That would be so funny. Not to mention way more entertaining than most of the debates.
Listen, Biden, your ideas are trash, and you're about to take this oboe at SmackDown Sunday, or else my name isn't Donald J. That's what I think of you.
And McConnell's going for the skills. Yeah. God.
Listen, just once in this damn country, I want some steel chair to not be owned by a billionaire, and I'm gonna take it and be the people's champion this time on Sunday. I don't know if the birding came through really good on the mic or not, but I was living
I
it.
I I was familiar with who you were doing, but I didn't. Ducky
Corporate
did
Wall
not
Street, the
process.
billionaires, we need to remove all of their money, and I'm gonna do it by making them buy everyone's tickets when I kill Trump in this ring.
Why is it sound? You're sounding more and more like Barney from Flintstones the more you go.
I can't even picture Barney's voice. I can only hear Bernie.
Maybe they're just the same person.
No. No. I don't want to play Barney audio.
Barney.
I don't play
Weird.
Barney audio just to know what Barney sounds like, but I feel like it's hey Fred.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
yeah.
much.
While Barney has a little bit more angry in him. He's more upset.
Were
Barney
you
never
saying
gets like
Barney or
that.
Bernie that time?
Bernie.
Okay.
Barney never really gets like that unless like someone goes for what his wife. I can't remember his wife's name is.
I don't remember his wife's name. I remember Fred's wife. That's
That's Wilma.
Yeah.
Betty? Is it Barney and Betty?
Oh yeah, yeah. Barney and Betty.
Nobody better come for Betty. But
No,
like
if you saw the line, if you saw Barney after a few beers equals Bernie, no.
Listen, Fred, I'm tired of your shit. I'm not joining this moose lodge.
It's full of corrupt billionaires, and I'm gonna take down this quarry and set all the brontosauruses free.
All right,
Like,
Barney. All
okay,
right,
all right, Bond.
Barney. All right. I don't know why you need to do that, Barney. Okay.
Also, if you have not seen the live action films, Barney definitely pops off on Fred, at least in one of them.
I have only seen like the first of the live action ones, and John Goodman as Fred killed my brain, so I don't remember them. I don't remember really them.
Fair. See, Tiny Ducky did not have a concept of who he was when I watched it originally.
I mean, John Goodman is the
So-
dad from Roseanne who said all the things that my dad occasionally said, which was basically like, "No, I don't think you're wrong. I just wish I had said it first," kind of shit. Because
Yeah.
like John Goodman's dad character in Roseanne was actually like a really wholesome dad. He just wore the veneer of being the arrogant good old boy jackass until like someone harmed his family in some way. Then he gained all of his chivalry points back, and something was like, "So I need to go kick someone's ass, right?" Like he just was a sarcastic asshole most of the time, but he wasn't really mean spirited.
Right. Sorry, I don't know how we ended up on Flintstones. I apologize.
That's okay. We cope.
It is almost my bedtime in my defense.
That's real. It's
I
almost
am
it's
as
almost
the-
time for bed
am
and
as-
birthday.
True. I will hopefully be in bed before birthday,
I mean, you could totally be in bed
Preferably.
for birthday.
preferably.
You could totally be in bed for birthday.
What he's not saying is that he will not join me in bed until after it is
Yeah, no,
birthday.
I'll probably play a war game. I have not started playing a war game yet, but I will probably play a war game as cope before
Literally
bed.
gonna cry.
Are you gonna cry?
Yes.
Fantastic. The deepest tears. Oh. Shaman and our sorry, entirely unrelated. In their our Columbus Mike World server, Shaman asked if we could make the Straw Hats an appearance at Winter War. I was just like, he's like, if y'all make the
Yes?
hellish decision to drive, and I'm like, we're like, yeah, they could if we drive. The weather has to be the
mean,
nicest.
I imagine we are probably planning on driving,
Yeah, because flying would be super
money-wise,
fucking expensive.
and also if I'm gonna do a booth, I probably need more space and stuff.
Yeah. I kind of figured we'd be driving anyway, but I didn't want to vocalize that thought mentally yet. Because
That's okay. That's a problem for 2026, though.
that's exactly where Zealot is at mentally. Like, that Zealot, that's future
Yeah.
Zealot's problem.
I'm trying to fake it till I make it through the end of the year.
Listen, I know it's not a great time in America, and I know there's a lot of things that stress people out, and I know this is just one
Booth
more thing.
convention? Yeah.
And yeah, it's a little gaming convention. Oh fuck, rest in peace. Yeah. Yeah, Shaman, it's sucky, but I saw your thing, so don't feel bad about it. It's cute. The Straw Hats will probably, if we make the drive, probably will make it come. But
Come. Sorry.
come. Anyway, now my brain's thinking about that Aqua song. Dum dee da dee dum come dum dee da dee dum come dum dee da dee dum.
Shaman,
The
you do
only thing he
realize
said was come.
Shaman, you do realize we've already made that trip multiple times.
We literally did a 44-hour road trip
But
between
the
Illinois and Mississippi
upside,
last
the
year.
upside is that we get to go to the Mothman Museum. Yeah, because it's
Yippee!
between here and Illinois. As they say, January was a hell of a year. Yeah, pretty much.
January, it's just kept going and going and going.
Dude, that's how I felt ever since the pandemic happened. I thought it was just an adult thing because, I had gotten into my 20s and it's like I've slowly realized that like no, like shit has actually just gone down the drain.
Again, antisocial behavior is widespread. The COVID did not help, and then the recovery from COVID made it worse because instead of doing our part to fix the societal wounds from having everyone be antisocial for their own safety for 18 months, we just went back to normal pretending nothing happened, which is the most
Wow.
delusional thing I could think of doing.
I want to know where August and July went. Yes.
You know what would be nice right now? If someone did a cover of "We Didn't Start the Fire," but they actually did it right this time. That'd
But
be
they
so
actually
good.
didn't fuck it up. Yeah, another hot take while we're at it.
Yeah, fuck Fallout Boy.
The Fallout Boy cover or redo of "We Didn't Start the Fire" was ass.
It's
It was ass.
yeah,
It
fuck
just
fuck
was.
Fallout Boy for that cover. That was shit. It was COVID centric, and it wasn't even like what "We Didn't Start the Fire" is supposed to be about, which is like, holy fuck, we didn't cause this. We're just coping. It didn't do
Yeah,
that at all.
yeah,
Her.
I just yeah. That song made me very upset. But fun fact, if you don't already know it about me, I love Billy Joel, like capital L, capital L love Billy Joel. Like I have made jokes about wishing that man was my father and or grandfather. Kind of love Billy Joel. And I don't mean that in like a I'm attracted to him. I just like he's such a cool guy who makes and has made really good music that has been instrumental to the progression of genres. So I feel like I was already biased to not like it because I like Billy Joel so much. And then I listened to it and it just got worse.
Tiger King.
It
Okay,
is.
that's all I need to say in order to make you understand that that version sucked.
Oh god, they put Tiger
Yeah,
King in it? I
yeah,
didn't even remember that.
yeah. It's like the middle of it. He brings up Tiger King and more crap
It
associated
was
with
the
Tiger
fucking
King.
Netflix series.
Yeah,
You can have Billy Joel, but we get David Bowie. Wait a minute.
huh,
That's not a fair trade. That's
huh.
not a fucking fair trade.
What if like I beat you up and I take both of them?
No, that's even worse.
Well, you don't get anything nice, and I get David Bowie and Billy Joel.
No, you didn't. You hadn't even seen fucking Labyrinth until I showed it to you.
Yeah, so
You're a fake fucking David Bowie
no,
fan.
I grew up with '80s David Bowie, so I grew up with like
Yeah,
Let's Dance. Do, do,
that
do, do.
movie is from 1986.
No, fake fan,
I'm
fake
not.
news, fake
Okay,
news,
sure. Yeah,
fake news.
whatever.
The biggest lies, slander.
Hate it here, Grandpa. I want you guys to know that that has actually just become a vocal stem. Because if I don't know what to say and I hate what you're saying, I just say I hate it here, Grandpa. There is no additional context to be had.
Your grandpa cannot help you here. It's still America.
Don't talk shit. Don't talk shit about my boy.
No, I like your grandpa.
I'm
He's
having
pretty
to
cool.
fight really hard not to say his name, but don't talk shit about my boy.
Again, my future in-laws are pretty swell. I don't have any real dispute with any of them other than one, and we know the one. But everybody else is pretty chill towards me, so I have no ill will.
Wait,
There should be no wait. You know the one future in-law
sibling?
of yeah,
Oh, future in-law.
yeah, future in-law. Okay, what are your
Oh well,
siblings?
I guess yeah. He there she whatever fucking.
No,
name
fuck
is.
him.
I don't know.
Fuck him.
Yeah. That's too damn bad. Yeah. Story of my fucking life.
I mean, I know we're on a roller coaster here. Of what the fuck are we talking about? But that's okay. That's
Yes.
why I didn't want to stream Wizard tonight. I just want to have a stream of consciousness where I just got like the vent out because
The word vomit. Yeah.
because it just I hate the current moment, and the current moment needs to not be the current moment anymore. Like we have so many good moments that don't need to be this current moment.
Have you started watching Alien Earth?
So the first problem with that question was it has alien in the title. And Shaman, you should know I don't watch horror movies or anything horror adjacent. So anything with alien in the premise is immediately just not going to be touched. Because
Counterpoint, Shaman, did you see that we accidentally grew a pumpkin in our front yard? I challenge you. I challenge you. Have you seen?
Got my wires crossed. Yeah, I know I'm the wrong friend to talk about horror stuff with. It's
Yeah,
like,
actually, speaking of, our IRL friend group was talking about doing haunted trail stuff on Instagram. So you should yeah.
I'll just stay home that day. You have fun, wife.
Okay.
Yeah. If you
I
don't,
mean, in my defense, I was talking about doing cute stuff like a hayride or like a pumpkin patch or a corn maze. Well, actually, you'd probably have a PTSD episode of corn maze.
I did a corn
Anyway,
maze years ago with a friend for his birthday, and that was okay because it was just three kids being idiots in a cornfield. Yeah, I don't know how I'd handle that today, post PTSD.
that's fair. Also, I will show the picture in a memento. Let me pull it up on my computer. I did send it in the Discord, but I don't mind showing it.
Okay, good. What was that? Was gonna recommend not watching it because it's got a really weird Peter Pan thing going on in it. What? Okay, that's a weird plot twist. Would not have expected weird Peter Pan stuff inside an alien movie or TV show. All the scents are themed after the Lost Boys. Oh,
Okay,
that's weird.
I have to pee. I've never watched The Lost Boys.
Well, no,
Uh,
it's after the Lost Boys and Peter Pan. All the kids, I think is what Sean was
ooh,
saying.
ooh. My brain thought synth like 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 synth
Yeah,
like
like no, all
keyboard.
the robos
It's
in
not an
it.
egg. It's a pumpkin. He's just a white pumpkin. Okay, be nice. But yeah, there's no pumpkin guy.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty creepy, Shaman. I think you're fine thinking that. No, I think also you're definitely muted on my side, so I don't know if you muted yourself in Discord, baby.
Right? No.
Okay, now you're making noise again. I had to turn on your stream to hear you talk. That was the weird part.
I. Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either. It's fine now. It's working. Mm.
Why? What? Shaman is sending me things. Shaman is sending me things, and my computer cannot load them.
Oh. Womp womp.
Just gonna go back to Zealot. I'm gonna go back to Zealot server and just open it on the secondary PC.
I was gonna say, yeah. Also, didn't you see Eagle Poppy?
Too many pumpkins.
Wife, didn't you say you need to go potty?
Yes. 1 second, man.
Me, 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 me.
I was trying to see what Shaman sent me, bro.
You could look at it on your phone.
No, my phone's at 21%.
Oh, pain.
Man. Okay, chat. I leave you with the Fed man. Surely nothing has.
Yeah, surely nothing goes wrong.
Anyway, I'm gonna go pee.
Bye, wife. Otherwise, remember to save? Oh, on their art? Yeah. So, Chat, how are we doing today? If you were not paying attention to politics in the country of America and you were just having a day, how was your day at work? Was it a good day at work? I hope it was. I actually had a good day at work prior to seeing news at noon. No, it's very fun watching bots get destroyed. But that bot didn't get destroyed on my end. That's weird. Uh. Hello? Oh, did I accidentally just close my Twitch chat? Oopies. There you go. Day was good until the afternoon. Yep. Yeah, same here, Conrad. I saw the lip and went, who? See, that was an essential part of my whiny thesis, my complaining thesis earlier, Shaman, was why him? Like, legitimately, like, I could think of so many more politically involved figures to target, to warrant, to have people say would deserve it. This guy is mostly a meme to the online spaces, but I don't think normal people really know much about him. He's kind of invisible to non-internet obsessed people. So, like, it's just a very weird moment. Oh, I hate when I had to ban a bot that jumped in and the Twitch bubble is being weird now. There we go. You got to live for the first time in 3 months. Oh yeah. That's pretty cool. Uh, did you push yourself, or were you just doing a safe day with your lifting to see how you were at in your atrophy? That is to say, did you like do a lot of lifting, or was it just a little bit to get back in the groove? Just being safe. Okay. Nice. Damn, a second bot hitting. This time it got taken out properly. Did form checks Monday, but today was low weight by my standard reps. So okay, cool. Yeah, I need to get back into exercising fully and actively. Yeah, I just been in a weird mood. And there's no good excuses, obviously. It's just more like I've just been out of sync with my schedule. And I need to get better about locking down so I actually can take time to do exercising more than just walking. Like, we did the Ren Fair and Masquerade Ball this past weekend, and after the Masquerade Ball, I was tired going into the Ren Fair. I did the Ren Fair, but I felt poopy tired the entire day. And I didn't go to any therapy Monday because I could barely get out of bed. And I kind of wished I just actually had been more physically capable. But I know that, like, exercising with my weight is hard, and it just takes time. Oh yeah, I can still do the work in gym, but it's on the other side of the building, so it's not convenient to get to. And also, thank you, Conrad. Appreciate the lurk for Duck. And then I know my feelings are valid, but I like vocalizing them because I feel like we just exist in a time of people not feeling comfortable to vocalize that they're not okay about what's going on, and that they're not, radical or reactionary. Not getting to do therapy. Yeah, I mean, it was just more like I enjoy talking with my therapist. It's a good therapy. I've not had a bad session with her. But I could barely fucking walk. But I'm not in the kind of therapy where, like, if I don't have it, I fail. It's more like I feel like I've been using the therapy as goalposting to seeing how I am with my life. So it just sucks when I miss out on those opportunities. Um, that being said, like, the weekend didn't suck. I didn't have any real bad moments from the weekend, and I thought, like, overall it was a really fun weekend. So, sorry, excuse me. So today, unironically, did more like damage to the psyche than just the normal stress of my week. It's actually been pretty okay recently. I just want people to know that they're not alone if they feel weird when they see other people talk online or talk on Facebook, talk on Instagram. A lot of people are politically active these days, and that's good. I want people politically active, but I want people to be politically social, and there's a lot of people who are not politically social, and that weirds me out. Like, treating politics like religion is inevitably going to lead to politics being religious and tribal. And it already has a hard time not being tribal, but just doubling down, it just leads to inevitably more shit and worse shit. That's not right to anyone. You should not have to feel like you can't politically exist in this moment. So,
Also, hi, I'm back.
welcome back.
Are you thinking you're going to be up for a bit?
How are you doing on your art? Are you done? Or are you still going?
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.
What are you thinking about being done with Stream? Because I can be done with Stream.
Okay. I mean, I didn't want you to feel pressured.
No,
But you know, we've been working on trying to get our morning routine together, and I'm trying to consistently go to bed at you know, not midnight. Smile. So, insane idea, I know.
yeah. I'm okay being done.
Are you sure? Because you don't sound sure.
I mean, I don't know if I'm ready for bed, but I'm okay being done with streaming for the night.
Okay.
What?
You just don't sound sure.
Well, that's because I feel tumultuous. I don't feel sure about a whole lot. So it's less that I don't want to. It's not that I don't want to keep streaming or do want to keep streaming. It's more like I just don't know, baby. That's all.
Right, and it's just, yeah, that's fine.
Frustrated moosh.
Well, I also didn't know if you got to play your board game.
No, we were chatting the entire time, and that was fine. I got to eat my food at least. But no, I didn't play word game at all. I might play some chess in bed before we honk out, but that's about all I can
hate it,
think
your
of doing.
grandpa.
What?
You get so heated. You get so heated. You get so heated at your little chess games.
It's because you wouldn't talk to me while I'm playing my chess game.
It's because yo.
I know you love me. But I get
Yeah,
irritable when the other person's beating my ass. The other guy's beating my ass to Kingdom Come because I suck at chess and I get angry. And then you're like, hey, baby, look at this, look at this, look at this. Like, ah! I just get overstimmed.
Grr.
Grr, you. All right, so who we rating?
I have no idea.
Sounds
Chat,
like when I
let's
play
talk
chess
to
with
you.
my lady. Yeah, Sean. It's basically like the same thing. I'm not even playing chess with the duck, but the
No.
duck is like a secret op for my opponent, distracting me.
I don't know shit about chess.
It was very funny recently playing a poker game with the duck, and everyone at the table trying to like use card vernacular to explain to the duck what was going on, and I literally had to pull out the duck was born after card game playing at family reunions was a thing, everyone. And the room got painfully quiet. And I think like the first person to say something was like, yeah, it would be kind of hard to be able to talk about cards if you've never seen a deck of cards. And I think you were like, I've seen a deck of cards.
No, yeah, because I know the faces and I know the numbers and I know the names for the like the royal ones.
But
I don't know the value.
yeah, and I was just like, just because you
Well, because
cards
that's
doesn't mean you know the
but it
values.
was also because I need to make myself like a cheat sheet or something to use when I play, where it just explains like what was it? It was like ace is 11, uh, king is 12, whatever, like where it goes up. Because that actually helped me understand a lot more by seeing them as like extensions.
When it's the return of the unholy o'clock euchre. I think if we played euchre with the duck, it would be confusing because you're playing with half the deck and the values are not static. And the duck needs to know card values before they can learn how to play with a dynamic value game.
Also, who do you want to raid? Mummy's live.
Mummy
She's
is
playing
live.
Potion Craft.
Yeah, we could raid into Mummy.
Okay. I know we usually do Yariko, so.
Yeah, I'm okay with raiding into Miss Mummy. Oh, I'm not allowed to raid her at this time. Check yours. Pain. Bingles is live. Yeah, Bingles is on 7 hours, but is still clearly playing campaign in Final Fantasy. Yeah. Thank you everyone for tolerating the political stream. I really appreciate that. Happy birthday to the duck. Say happy birthday to the duck, everyone. And be well. Be safe.